Hello! So we're having a little bit of a get ready with me, mainly a story time one, but depending on how time goes, it might be general chit chat. I'm going to start by pointing out that my skin is not good. I've been very stressed lately, I've not been eating properly, I don't think I've been drinking enough. My lips are chapped to death, and it's even split off of the corner, so we're starting with lip balm. So basically, I was having a chat out dating and dating websites and how awful they are, by the way. But the last date that I went on was off a dating website and it was awful. And it was too long to type about, so I said, hey, maybe I'll cover it in a video. It's one of those things that I've considered on and off, and then thought, is it mean? I'm really trying to rub into those dry bits of my lips. I definitely think that enough time's passed just now that it's acceptable. Because this was pre-lockdown, so a good few years have passed. So, I start chatting to this guy online, no names, and he seems nice, a little bit weird, maybe a bit autistic. I think he was autistic actually. But he weirdly keeps going on about his family being wealthy, but he won't tell me the name in case I look them up. And I'm like, okay, don't care, work full time, own my own home, well, mortgaged, but still, don't really care if you have money or not. And preferably don't be £1 million in debt, declaring yourself bankrupt, because if you're spending more than you've got and then we get into a serious relationship, that ends up being something for me to carry. Anyway, boring stuff aside, finally comes to date night, and I'm so excited. I'm telling it my friends in work, I'm so nervous, haven't been on a date in ages. This is just the Kiko Smart Shadow I always use. Yeah, haven't been on a date in ages, super nervous, but he seemed nice when I'm chatting to him. So the story occurs in Glasgow, so just in case Andy's familiar with it. So I live at one end of the city centre, and he gets me to meet him at the train station at the other end of the city centre. And he's messaging me even before the date, so it's a good sign. He's not ghosting me. It's good. So he then messages me that, oh my god, he was so nervous that he's now ready, like close to an hour early. So he's just going to go and play some computer games because he likes gaming. Cool, whatever. I'm still getting ready. He's happy playing games. I'm happy getting tight and get ready. And then he gets caught up playing his game to the extent that he then runs, I think, almost an hour late, having been 3/4 of an hour early before. It's like, okay, whatever. No big deal. I live in the city centre anyway. I just won't leave my house yet. Because he wants me to meet him at the train station. And he's been talking about wanting Mexican food, so, but we haven't decided where we're actually going. This is a Beauty Bay IO Coralie palette. I'm just grabbing the shade Bunny on a really big brush. I'm doing a mostly matte look today, which is different for me. And then I'm going to throw some sparkle on at the end because I'm addicted. Anyway, so I go down to Central Station to meet him and hanging about for a bit. Getting more nervous because, at this point I haven't done this in about, 5 or 6 years because I was in a really long-term relationship. Anyway, I'm a very affectionate, touchy person. We're going to start with that fact, or we're going to throw that fact in there. Because when I finally see this guy, he comes up to me and goes, holds his hand out to shake my hand as if it's a job interview. Now, I get that not everybody's comfy hugging or whatever on first meeting, but I feel like a handshake's the wrong type of formal for a date with somebody that you've been chatting to. Including chatting about tattoos, by the way, because he had them as well. And yeah, the job interview handshake was just very, very unexpected. So I'm like, okay. And then we wander out the station. And other things I should mention about my personality, for people that, aren't big followers of my channel, whatever. I have issues with anxiety. I'm very bad at making decisions, and being asked to make decisions can make me completely freak out. And yeah, this guy goes, so what are we doing? It's like, I thought you were saying you wanted Mexican food? Yeah, do you know anywhere? I'm like, no. Don't want to say I don't like Mexican food, because I'll find something to eat wherever we go, and I don't want to like upset him if that's what he's been looking forward to or whatever. I'm going to do my lid shade next, actually. This is a Colourpop Shadow Stone Face, which I haven't used yet, so I'm hoping it is what I think it is. So I'm like, you know, there's one the next street over, too expensive. Okay. Right. I know one, so we go to this other one that's more affordable, right? As in, type of place where you queue at the counter and order your food and wait for it and carry it to your table. And we're standing in the queue, and then this guy goes, I'm too nervous to eat, but you can eat. And I'm like, let's not. I don't, like, you know, I don't like being watched eating. Me eating is not a spectator sport. So I'm like, no, that's fine, I'm not that hungry, let's just do something else. I'm just going to grab Rock Hopper out of this Kaleidos palette, which is unfortunately discontinued. So it's like, okay, well, what do you want to do then? And I'm like, oh god, it's still up to me. Now I remembered him talking about liking the Alien movies. 2 seconds, guys. Yeah, so he'd been talking about the Alien movies, and one of them, like a newer one had just came out. It's in the cinema. I was like, okay, well, why don't we go and see that in the cinema? Thinking, if he's this shy and awkward, you know, it kind of slightly mitigates the having to talk, or afterwards you've got something fixed to talk about because you've just watched the same movie. And I can grab popcorn, because even though I'm not that hungry, I'm still hungry. So we wander up to the cinema. It's not on for a little while, but there's a bar next door, so we pop in, and he grabs a seat. He doesn't go to the bar, and I'm like, okay. Even if I'm not that thirsty, I think it's quite rude to go into any kind of business and not order anything and take up one of their tables. So, I'm like, right, I'm going to go to the bar. Do you want it? And he's like, yep. And, yeah, so I end up buying him a drink, and that's fine, right? I'm not in the whole, oh, boys have to do all the paying on dates. Whatever. So got to the bar, get him a drink, get me a drink, come back. And he started talking to me about his college course, because he's a student at this point. Mature student, by the way. I'm not, you know, just dating people significantly younger than me. And he's convinced that he knows more than his lecturer, and he's basically lecturing me at this point about the subject, thinking that he's like God's gift to accounting. I'm just going to throw that out there. It was accounting he done, right? Because otherwise you guys don't realise just how exciting this conversation was. So he's talking away about that, and I'm like, and then I'm thinking, right, if we're going to the cinema, I'm going to need my glasses. So I could have done without them, but also I happen to live very close, and I thought I could nip away and get them. And also in the back of my head it was like, oh, I could say I'm nipping away to get them and never come back and block them. But I can't do that because it's mean. And he had at one point mentioned that he gets really, really nervous around people that he really likes. And like I said, I've got anxiety. I don't want to make it worse for anybody else. So I tell him, I'm just going to nip over and get my glasses. He's like, I'll come with you. I'm like, okay, this guy's going to know where I live. So, yeah, we nip over to my flat, grab my glasses, goes on raves about loving the building that I live in, takes pictures of the stairwell, as you do, and we go back to the cinema, and that's it. So, we've got the tickets. I feel like I paid for the tickets, can't remember. We get up and I'm like, right, I'm going to get some popcorn. And I'm standing at the concession bit, and he just goes, I need to go to the toilet, get me this and this, and walks away. So again, leaves me paying for his ass. part of me's like, right, fine, whatever. He's a student. I work full time. I earn more than him. It's fine for me to be paying a little bit more than him on a date. At the same time, I'm also starting to think, is this guy taking the absolute mick out of me? Right. Sorry, that grey, by the way, was an Alamasca one that the shade name has rubbed off of, so pass. Anyway, I'm getting a bit worried because the toilets are through the ticket bit and he's wandered off with both tickets. And also he wanted a drink as well, so I've got too much stuff for me to carry in one go and I'm kind of like, oh my god. But anyway, he reappears, helps carry stuff, brings me my ticket back so I can actually get into the cinema. And we go and we watch the film. And at the end of it I'm kind of like, cool, get work in the morning, bye. That was that. So here's the bit where it gets ridiculous, because I am a kind soul. I've been told I'm too kind. And I thought this date was dire, with the handshake and the potential for watching me eating. But, like I said, he mentioned that he can be really nervous around people that he likes. So I give him another chance. I think I gave him 2 other chances. But genuinely, I don't remember too clearly. I think I'm like dramatically trying to erase most of this experience. But I know we were going to go for burgers, and again he announced it was too expensive but didn't want me to pay. That was fine. And then I think it ended up that all we were going to do was get a takeaway and sit in mine and watch a film, because that suited his budget. And we're at KFC and they had the self-order screen things, and you know, we ordered and it got to the payment bit and he was just kind of standing there and I felt really awkward, like I didn't want to be like, hey mate, are you going to pay? So Muggins pulls out a card and pays quickly and he goes, oh, is that how you pay on these things? I didn't know. I'm like, alright, okay, whatever. Yeah, it's fine, don't worry about it. Anyway, went back to mine and watched this film. I can't remember what it was called, but it was basically, I remember it was about parties and they were basically having orgies, which is a very strange thing to watch on a very early date. But at least this one was a weekend and it was getting a bit late and you know, absolutely nothing's happened, not even a handshake. And I'm like, so, I've got plans with my family tomorrow, I'm going to need to get to bed. And he goes, okay. And I'm like, right. So then I start cleaning everything up, like clearing away all the rubbish, plates, salt, sauce, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, so like I said, plans with my family tomorrow, need to go to bed. He went, okay. And I'm like, this guy is not getting the hint. So I swear to God, with this strange man in my home, I went off to the bathroom, took off all my makeup, came back down, and he was asleep on my couch. And I was like, yeah, so like I said, plans with my family, I need to go to bed. And he went, okay. At which point I realised, this guy is not leaving. So I was like, spare room's in there. And wandered into my room and texted all my friends so they knew what was going on in case I was quiet in the morning. And they were freaking out, like, oh my god, I'm coming up to kick him out, you can't go to sleep with a strange man in your house. And I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. I'm pretty sure I could take him anyway. But yeah, it was really, really weird. And then he was so late getting up the next morning. He's like, oh my god, that bed's the best thing ever. He was so late getting up, he was still there when my family arrived. And I was like, holy shit. So I told my family I'd meet them downstairs. And he's like, oh, I'll leave like 5 minutes after you, but I'll stand in the hall. I'm like, right, if any of my neighbours come out and meet this guy in the hall, I'm probably going to get a weird reputation, but whatever. Whatever. So at this point I'm just like, oh my god, I need to get away from this guy. I wish he didn't know where I lived. How uncomfortable is this situation? And anyway, went downstairs, met my parents, phone's on silent because family lunch. Then I pulled my phone out and see that I've got a missed call from him, messages from him, because he was trapped and he couldn't find his way out of my building. And by this time I told my mum the whole story and she's dying laughing. And I'm just like, oh my god, why? Why do I attract these people? Like, what gives? Why can't I have a normal person? Anyway, he managed to find his way out, and then I didn't message him. And then I felt bad for ghosting him, because I'm a softie, like I've said a million times. So I sat down and tried to word it very carefully, because again, he'd said about getting nervous around people he likes, and I didn't want to knock his confidence more if that was what was happening. So yeah, I wrote him, I've still probably got it on my phone. I wrote him this explanation, because it was WhatsApp, so it'll be in there somewhere. I wrote him this nice explanation about, look, you're a really nice guy, but as you know, I've got issues with anxiety, and there's stuff that can make me feel more anxious, and I feel like you're not a very decisive person, and I kind of need somebody who's very decisive to balance me out so that I feel secure and don't get anxious. And, really sorry, but I don't feel like you're that person. Like, you didn't have any plans, you didn't make any decisions, you didn't even try to kiss me. I think there was actually 3 dates, by the way, and he didn't try to kiss me, which was a little bit strange to me. So anyway, after spending ages working over this message to try and make sure that things were clear, but without being mean, don't want to upset anybody. Checked it with my friends, they agreed, no, that's the nicest way that you can phrase that. It's clear he's got an answer, blah, blah, blah. So I send him it, and then I get a reply that basically says, well, the only reason I didn't try to kiss you is because you smelled the pee when you moved your legs. I'm so glad I put that effort into being nice to that human. Aren't you guys? Like, really? This is what the dating world came to? Like, just, no. So, I guess he didn't like to think of himself as not being confident, which I guess I can get. But it was very true. So yeah, that was my last dating website date. And bonus, I used to go to a PT in Glasgow, and I told him this story, and in the middle of the gym he just bent over and sniffed and went, nah, I don't smell a pee. So yeah, that was delightful. I very rarely talk to people on dating websites since. Most people I talk to turn out to be fake. So yeah, love it. If you've got a horror story, leave them down below. I want to see them. And I had more time than I thought I had, because I took longer blending the eyeshadow than I thought. And I mean, God, I've had the same fake guy twice, which is kind of weird. In fact, that's happened twice in different ways. So I've found people with the same pictures with different names, obvious fakes. And then there was this guy that I kind of thought was fake because I said something about, oh yeah, I was at ice hockey tonight. And I was expecting him to kind of react, not because I think I've decent ice hockey, but he literally had a hockey jersey on in his main profile picture. Nothing. Tumbleweed. Just went on with whatever other conversation. Then he starts telling me about his fiancée who died of cancer. And then I'm like, not believing you're real. Anyway, I then ended up matching with another profile. He gave me the exact same story, word for word, exact same story about his fiancée who passed away from cancer. Yeah, he's been hesitant to date since then, and he wants another meaningful relationship. Yeah, I hate that. Like, I hate fake profiles to begin with, but people that have fake profiles where they use things like cancer is just fucking despicable. Sorry, I try not to swear in this channel. Not that I have another channel that I swear on, I just try not to swear. But my mum's had cancer twice. My grandparents have had cancer, aunts and uncles. Like, it's just, there's so many people that are genuinely affected by it that I think lying about it is proper scum of the earth. You know? Never mind how mean it is just winding people up on dating websites when you don't know what their personal situation is, how lonely they are, how excited they might be to think they found somebody. That's mean in the first place. But to use something like cancer as part of a trick? No. Not cool. Not having it. So yeah, I spend very little time on dating websites. Although I will say I had a bit of a oopsie moment where one of my friends has never used them and decided she wanted a nosy on my phone. And she swiped to... Oh my god, I've got hair dye all down my neck. Oh, it's okay, it's just rubbed down on my moisturiser. Right, so I just put my lashes right in that concealer, one thing at a time. Yeah, so she asked to have a nosy at it, and because I don't take it that seriously anymore because there's just so much rubbish on there, I let her. And she was like swiping through, and she swiped too fast, and then she changed direction because she thought she could bring it back. Because I've done that before as well when I first started looking at them, because it's reflexive. Like, you flick that way and something goes away, and you try and turn the page back. And it's not how it works. So she accidentally liked this guy, and I was like, oh no. And then it came up that he'd already liked me, and I'm like, oh god, poor wee guy's getting his hopes up. And she's done it about 3 times, so there's so many people that probably think I'm a catfish. Because I'm just too awkward to deal with the fact that my friend accidentally swiped the wrong way because she was trying to swipe back a page. And I do feel guilty about that. Like, I hope I didn't get anybody's hopes up. I probably didn't, I'm not that special. So yeah, what other fun things have I seen on dating sites? I mean, you see the absolute charmers. Like, I think I saw one once who was like, about as up for serious dating as I am for contracting an STD. That was an interesting line to have. This spot, by the way, is just not happy. Like I said, my skin is absolutely awful just now between stress and not eating very well, as in not really lots of vegetables and not drinking enough. I might have to just leave that the way it is. Maybe go in later after it's had powder on it for a while to dry it. Ugh. I need to look after myself better. Maybe then people would actually look at me on dating sites. I mean, I met my ex on a dating site, and that was 4 years where I thought he was lovely, and he cheated on me, so less lovely. What else can we talk about? What else is going on that's fun? Oh, it's almost payday for me. If you've not been around my channel, I bounced around a few kind of like temp jobs. Finally got a permanent job that I started a couple of weeks ago. But there was a few week gap between the last temporary role and my permanent role. And then that's me transitioning from weekly pay to monthly pay, so yeah. Part of the reason I've not got as many videos up is I can't just go out and buy stuff willy-nilly right now. Ooh, got a cold coming on. Not good. So this is the Kaleido contour kit. They've repackaged, well, they've got a different contour kit out, but I'm hoping it's just the same thing repackaged. Because I love this contour shade for pale people. Because it's properly cool toned, and that's what I want. I don't know how difficult they're finding it these days. Yeah. I feel like there there's something else I've forgotten to tell you guys that would have been fun. Can't remember what it is at all. Flynn's doing good. He's been around my channel for a wee while. Flynn is my dog. Probably downstairs snoozing because that's his life. Snooze. This is just a Lethal Cosmetics blush that I'm going to use very lightly. Oh, yeah. So I don't really want loads of colour so much as I just want to stop my face from looking totally flat. Right, so since I can't remember what I meant to talk to you guys about, I'm going to go to my default for when I'm doing these videos. What's everybody watching on TV just now? I'm super excited that Carnival Row Season 2 has been released. I need to watch that because I love the first one. But I've also been binging Teen Wolf because one of my friends told me to watch it. I've never seen it and I'm now addicted. As in 2 weeks in, I'm on season 5 level of addiction, which is a lot of TV. Stales is my favourite character for anybody that watches it. Yeah. Has anybody seen The Hatchet Wielding Hitchhiker? That is a roller coaster. I keep telling people to watch it and it's like I can't even describe how absolutely mad that whole situation is. A lot of people are like, oh no, I don't like gory stuff. It's not actually gory, it's a documentary about this wee guy who's just wired to the moon, completely on a different planet, like in terms of what behaviour he thinks is okay. So yeah, if you like documentaries and you're interested in just like human behaviour, this is an example of the extremes that human behaviour can get to. So check it out. Yeah, I really have just been watching Teen Wolf, so I don't even have many things to talk about on my normal topic. I did hear that I'm a fan of Bridgerton, by the way. Season 2 was a bit slow, but stick with it if you're, if you're new to it. I really enjoyed the first season. Second season, stuck with it and really enjoyed. They're filming the third season, but they've also announced a spin-off of it for, kind of the story of the Queen of the time, who was a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my god. She was a bit unusual because she wasn't white. And yeah, probably first only non-white monarch in the UK, which, I mean, in some ways it's shocking, but in other ways it's like, well, it's usually a title that you're born into. It's not like they're doing interviews and they've got that many options. So far, everybody's spouse has been white, so all the heirs have been white. It's just what's happened. But yeah, so she was a very unique character in history because of that, and I just want to see it. I think the people that do the costumes for Bridgerton are amazing, and like the sets and things are brilliant, and the music that they do for it, it's like they rewrite a lot of modern songs into the sort of style of the period, and it's just very interesting. And sometimes you're sitting listening to people dancing like a court dance and you're like, oh, I know this song, and that's just fun to me. So yeah, so the idea of another season and a spin-off season, that makes me happy, happy. Oh my god, I've messed up my eyeliner. Okay. There you go, thick eyeliner. Wasn't the plan, it happened. It's fine. Going to ice hockey today as usual. My team are not doing well. That's pretty much how this season has went. They were over in Ireland last night and they lost 8-0, which is just cringy. I'm trying to convince myself that really it's just because they knew they had no chance last night and they have a bit of a chance at the game tonight. So maybe they were saving their energy. It's what I want to believe, and not that they genuinely just got their backsides handed to them 8-0. So yeah. Oh man. I'm gonna mess up another side of eyeliner, haven't I? I said it and I did it. I've literally drawn a line sticking up out of it. I'm doing my makeup in funny orders today, by the way, but it'll make sense in a minute. Book-wise, I'm more audiobooks these days because busy. And an audiobook I can put on in the background while I'm cleaning, put it on in the car, put it on with headphones when I'm walking the dog, it's all good. Don't think I spoke to you guys about this, but I was listening to a series called The Gower Street Detective. Oh my god. I'm recommending it to everybody. I'm even making my mum listen to it when we're driving up to ice hockey and she is loving it. So that's cool. I'm not doing mascara next, what am I doing? Right. Highlighter. Colourpop Over the Moon, which is crazy iridescent because we're very matte so far. Yeah, it's just absolutely mad characters and I love it. I've finished the whole series and I'm re-listening to it with my mum and honestly couldn't be happier, even though it's the second time. And when you find a series that you can listen to for the second time in less than a year and still really enjoy it, it's a definite winner. But on my own I'm now listening to a series called The Stranger Times. I like the characters so far, but I'm quite early into it so I don't really have a full decision yet. I'm just getting this tiny micro pencil brush from Kit Stars. I don't know how I was going to say my Kit Stars. And this is where we're going to add the tiny bit of shimmer to our very matte eye. I'm not the biggest fan of using these Colourpop products with a brush, but I want the precision, so we're doing it. My god, I need to pluck my eyebrows. Sorry, I've gone so quiet because I don't really know what else to say. And I don't want to totally F up this makeup look because I'm actually really enjoying it. So I've been doing my nails a lot more lately, which is why I don't have any broken ones now to help me pat in stuff on my inner corner. Weird side effect I didn't think about. I've got, of all things, a mascara from Aldi to try out. This is their Girl Gone Bad mascara. I've not even opened it to see the brush. Oh no, it's one of those ones. And it looks like it's got two different sets of bristles on it. They're weird. I do not like plastic brushes. Nice and small though, so if you do like plastic brushes, and maybe less likely, oh my god. This is, you can't even see it because of the, oh, it's so wet and it's clumped together. Oh no. And you can't really see it just because of the bit of eyeliner I've got on, so could be worse. Oh man. Try and train the bottom lashes. Bit on the spidery side. I mean, it's very black, which is good. Covered that concealer that I totally forgot to wipe off. Oh my god. That's really gone. Try and comb this out a little bit. Right, okay. Because it's a tiny brush, it's just the wee scraper thing inside the cap just doesn't have a chance to take the excess product off. Now I've just got way too much. I'm going to leave that to dry and then scrape it off. It's very frustrating. And it looks like I've lined this eye now. Ugh, right. Anyway, that's a shame. I can't remember how much it was, but don't see myself reaching for it again. So if you were doing like a kind of 60s inspired look and wanted the really spiky bottom lashes, it's going to be great for that. And last but not least, lips, which are hopefully less crusty dusty now. Speaking of crusty dusty, it's dust piercings. Weird things I never fought through when I got facial piercings was the fact that I would have to basically dust them after makeup. So a while ago, I reviewed the everlasting Hyperlight liquid lipstick from Kat Von D, and I commented on the fact that they don't have many fun shades. It isn't a very, or sorry, it's KVD Beauty, not Kat Von D Beauty. I'm sure I just said Kat Von D, but anyway. You know, back when it was Kat Von D, they had more fun colours. Now they've brought this out and it's mainly just normal lip shades. Well, they brought out 6 more ones and there's another purple. So this is the shade Wolfsbane, which online looked like it might be similar to my hair. And we're going to try it out today. So hopefully it'll go with this eye look. Oh, it looks darker than I expected. Okay. Okay. Maybe I should have blotted some of the gloss off my lips, but anyway. Let's need it more than I need an easy application. Ta-da! yeah, between the lip balm and the still slight mess that is my lips right now, not the most perfect of applications. It's a very nice colour. It's just a bit more blue than the other purple, which was Dark Wisteria. So Dark Wisteria, Wolfsbane. But yeah, online it looked a bit more of a vibrant purple, but monitor settings, all that jazz. So it does go with the hair a bit better. So yeah, that is my look for today, and my horror dating story and my current TV obsessions. So, like I said, if you've got any horror stories, leave them down below for us all to have fun. Same with any audiobook recommendations, TV recommendations, leave it all down there. And, you know, yeah. I hope you like this look. And I'm kind of feeling this, haven't I? I'm away to get dressed and go to ice hockey. And I will see you guys later. Bye.